Ever wondered about the man who ruled Libya for over 4 decades, living in a tent and surrounded by female bodyguards? That was Muammar Gaddafi, one of the most eccentric and controversial leaders of the 20th century. His story is a whirlwind of revolution, oil, and a dramatic fall from power. So, who was Gaddafi? Born in a desert tent in 1942, he grew up with a deep sense of Arab nationalism. Inspired by leaders like Egypt's Gamal Abdel Nasser, he dreamed of uniting the Arab world. As a young army officer, he saw his chance. In 1969, while Libya's King Idris was away for medical treatment, Gaddafi and a group of fellow officers staged a bloodless coup. Just like that, at only 27 years old, he became the leader of Libya. Initially, many Libyans celebrated. Gaddafi nationalized the country's vast oil reserves, using the wealth to fund ambitious social projects. He built hospitals, schools, and houses, and literacy rates soared. He presented himself as a revolutionary, a brother leader of the people, not a president or king. He even published his political philosophy in what's known as the Green Book, outlining a unique system of direct democracy he called a Jamahiriya, or state of the masses. But behind this revolutionary image, a darker side emerged. Gaddafi's rule became increasingly authoritarian. He banned political parties, crushed all dissent, and his security forces were known for their brutality. Anyone who dared to oppose him faced prison or worse. His foreign policy was just as turbulent. He supported various armed groups around the world, from the IRA in Ireland to factions in the Philippines, earning him the label of a state sponsor of terrorism from the United States and other Western nations. This led to decades of international isolation. Libya was hit with severe sanctions, especially after being linked to the 1988 bombing of Pan Am Flight 103 over Lockerbie, Scotland, which killed 270 people. For years, Libya was a pariah state. Then, in the early 2000s, Gaddafi surprised the world again. He decided to change course. He took responsibility for the Lockerbie bombing, paid compensation to the victims' families, and renounced his programs for weapons of mass destruction. In return, sanctions were lifted, and he was cautiously welcomed back into the international community. It seemed like the old revolutionary had mellowed, transforming into a quirky elder statesman. He'd pitch his Bedouin tent on the lawns of presidential palaces during state visits and deliver rambling, hours-long speeches at the United Nations. But this period of relative calm didn't last. In 2011, the Arab Spring swept across the Middle East and North Africa. Inspired by uprisings in neighboring Tunisia and Egypt, protests erupted in Libya. People took to the streets demanding an end to his 42-year rule. Gaddafi's response was swift and violent. He declared he would hunt down the rats and cockroaches who opposed him, house by house. The protests quickly escalated into a full-blown civil war. As Gaddafi's forces closed in on the rebel stronghold of Benghazi, threatening a massacre, the international community intervened. A coalition led by NATO launched airstrikes to protect civilians and enforce a no-fly zone. The intervention tipped the balance. Rebel forces backed by NATO air power gradually pushed Gaddafi's loyalists back. In August 2011, the rebels stormed the capital, Tripoli, taking over his fortified compound, Bab al-Azizia. But Gaddafi himself was nowhere to be found. He had escaped, going on the run and releasing defiant audio messages, vowing to fight to the death. For 2 months, his whereabouts were a mystery. The final showdown came in October 2011 in his hometown of Sirte. As he tried to flee the besieged city in a convoy, NATO aircraft struck. He survived the strike and hid in a drainage pipe, but he was soon discovered by rebel fighters. The final moments of his life were chaotic and violent, captured on shaky cell phone videos. He was captured alive, but was killed shortly after in the custody of the fighters. The man who had ruled Libya with an iron fist for 42 years met a brutal end in a ditch. His death marked the end of an era, but it also plunged Libya into a decade of instability and conflict that continues to this day. Gaddafi's legacy is incredibly complex. Was he a revolutionary hero who modernized his country, or a ruthless dictator who terrorized his own people? The truth, as is often the case, is probably somewhere in between. His story serves as a powerful reminder of how quickly power can corrupt and how the tide of history can turn. Thanks for watching. If you found this story interesting, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into history's most fascinating figures. See you next time.